Welcome to the Calmer Self podcast. I'm Nadine. Join me to learn how to connect with the calmer version of yourself. I'll share with you my tips and coping strategies for reducing feelings of stress, overwhelm and guilt so that you can live a productive life with ease and joy. And there'll be inspiration from other wellbeing therapists, experts in relaxation and fellow calm crusaders. Well, hello everybody. I am so pleased today to be with the beautiful Tamara TLotus. I like to call her T. It's nice and simple and it's perfect. And I'll give you a beautiful introduction to all of the wonderful things that you do for us. So Tamara TLotus Hill is a spiritual wellness expert, spiritual life coach, 7D intuitive healer master, Lenormand, I'm not sure if I've said that right, you can correct me, reader, and mother of 5 amazing sons. That's very, very special, isn't it? As a minister of spiritual metaphysics, TLotus has given thousands of spiritual readings and healing services to clients from all over the world, including CEOs and the entertainment industry. Her services and teachings have helped her clients create a life of happiness and abundance, even when the task might have seemed insurmountable. That's big, isn't it? That is so big. Since 2005, her company, The Sacred Path, has been helping clients become the happiest version of themselves by teaching them how to connect with their inner strength, shattering limiting beliefs and overcoming fears. She is the host of the Triple L, the Live, Love, Lotus show, which is a podcast. So welcome to my podcast today. It is so lovely to have you here. And I'm so looking forward to chatting to you and finding out more about you. So welcome.
I'm so happy to be here, Nadine. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Now that was a wonderful introduction. You do so much, don't you?
There's a lot.
There is a lot. Well, you do a lot, don't you? You give a lot. So, and I'd just like to start with a little connection actually that I feel immediately with reading that, where you said you connect with their inner strength. You ask people to connect with their inner strength. You help them do that. And I always say I help people connect to the calmer version of themselves. So it is about connection, isn't it? You know, because we have all of these things in us, don't we? It just sometimes it's nice to have a bit of guidance, a bit of support to connect, isn't it? So I do love that word connection. It's beautiful.
Yes, I love to say the answers that we seek, the healing that we seek, the love that we seek, we already have these things. The journey is to connect to those things within, because we already have them within us as a part of the divine, as a part of all that is. We're spiritual beings first, embodying these human bodies that we're in for a limited time. So I help people remember their essence, remember the divine that is within them.
Yeah, and I'm quite intrigued with that 7D intuitive healer. Can you perhaps tell us a bit more about what that is and how that shows up, what that does for people?
Absolutely. Well, 7D healing is energy healing. It is a frequency of energy that is from zero source energy rooted in the 7th dimension. And the 7th dimension is where a lot of our light beings, spirit guides, it's where the Akashic records are. So it's rooted there. It is divine feminine energy, and it's absolutely beautiful. I became certified last year, and since then it has helped me heal through some things, and I know we'll talk about that. And then I've, with this energy, I channel this energy and remotely help others through energy healings, help them find peace, find calm, connect to their answers, to their spirit guides, align with their manifestations. It is powerful, and it is 7D. So I have a lot of energy healers, Reiki masters coming to me for kind of a back to center thing so that they can continue doing their work. But it's absolutely beautiful. And I'm one of the first in a cohort in the nation to be a 7D practitioner. So I've created my program called the Mind, Body, Soul 7D Healing with TLotus. And through that, I've been helping my clients with this beautiful new energy healing.
It's lovely. And I'm glad you said it's new, because I thought I've never heard of it before I met you. So I'm glad it's not something I've missed. So that is wonderful. And like you say, there's a lot of manifesting there, isn't there? And I know that you work with people in groups and individually doing that, don't you? And I'm going to be involved with you doing some of that with you very soon, aren't I? Which I'm really excited about. So can you tell me sort of your kind of passion and your joy and what has sort of brought you into this world, and why you're so passionate about helping others?
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned the manifesting. The Sacred Path started when I became a law of attraction life coach. I am passionate about manifesting and all of the laws of the universe, but the law of attraction is where it's at, where we can tap into the universe and learn how to work with that energy to bring to us what we want. And through my own experiences, through challenges in my life in the past, and what I've gained from it, I became a life coach and started, before I became a life coach, I would just share with my friends because they would see a difference in me. Before, I was very insecure, had a lot of challenges happening, and I would always get frustrated, get just bogged down with the stress of it all. And people would see changes in me, and I would start to share what I was doing to make the changes. And it all, again, stems from within. And once that clicked with me, that I have everything I need to bring to me what it is I want in this life. Once I started sharing that with people, and then I developed a coaching program to help teach people the TLotus way. We've heard of the law of attraction and manifesting, of course, and there's so many different people who are doing it, but I try to make it simple and very easy in steps that are actionable. So that we can take inspired action. So that is my passion. That led to me becoming a healer. I actually was an energy healer even before I became a life coach, but never as a part, a business thing. But I've realized that I am here on this earth to serve humanity, to help them heal through whatever it is that is blocking them from their manifestations.
Yes. It's so
and along with that, the other passion, which is also a part of the Sacred Path, are my spiritual readings. I am a master Lenormand reader. I also use other oracles, but Lenormand is my baby. And I like to say Lenormand is like, everyone has that drunk uncle in their family. And when you're at the family reunion, tells all your business, right? Whether you're ready for it or not. Lenormand is like that, very straightforward, but connects you to the divine answers, the divine wisdom within. The answers don't come from the ethers. They come from within you. And so with those three passions make up the Sacred Path. And that is how I am contributing to the new earth by helping people realize the power within them.
Yeah. Oh, I love that so much. And I love that idea of your drunk uncle, because we can all relate to that.
Yeah, because, when people get readings, whether it's tarot or whatever, a lot of times there's a lot of nervousness or people who have never gotten readings who don't understand it. They think whatever they think. And I like to bring it down to the human level where we can understand it is, it's going to tell all your business. You may ask me about work And within that reading, I may see something else about your relationship, or maybe you're going to have a baby soon, or, so there's all kinds of things, all it is just a tool that is used to help you connect to the answers.
Exactly.
And once we know the answers, we can't unknow them. Then things are brought to the light, and we can address it or move forward.
Yeah, and that's where you help people, isn't it? To go, once things come up, then you are there to support them and help guide them through that as well, which is beautiful and so necessary, isn't it? And I love the way that you are doing this, because this is what you did for yourself, and that's where we're so similar, because that's exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing, because it's what I needed, and that natural desire to just share and help others is in you, the same as it's in me, and it's just wonderful.
Yeah, I've always been a helper and an advocate, and it has grown. Before I became a full-time spiritual business owner, I was a sign language interpreter, and I did that because I wanted to help the deaf and hard of hearing community. I've always had the energy of helping, that, and a lot of people have said that I have helped, which fulfills me, because that I know that is what I am here for.
Yeah, feeling true to your own manifesting, isn't it? Feeling that you're
Absolutely.
in the right place, doing the right thing is so vital, isn't it? And again, you share that with others and help them to find that too. Now, we've talked about your own challenges and your own healing that you've done, and as I say, you walk your talk, you are helping people, and you're doing what you do for yourself, so you understand it. I think people like to call it lived experience, don't they? And I did mention in your introduction that you're mother to 5 beautiful sons.
Yes.
Now, would you like to share with people what's happened in the last year and since I've known you, that's brought you perhaps to another level, and you're finding a different way to deal with things and heal yourself and help to heal others? Could you share that with us all?
Absolutely. Well, first, I want to say I'm a light worker. I'm an empath, and I have my spiritual gifts. And people think that light workers, because of the word light, is all about light. As a matter of fact, I always say my tagline is peace, love, and light. But we go through a lot of the struggles that everyone else goes through. And this past year, 2021, has been the most horrific year of my life. So I am a mother of 5. My oldest son, Carrie, died by suicide on January 1st of 2021. And his birthday is on January 1st. So he died by suicide on his birthday last year. And, my world are my boys. I call my boys, I have all boys. I call them my heartbeat. And although my oldest has transitioned, I will always be the mother of 5 boys. But that loss, it was so sudden. There were no hints, no clues that this was impending or that anything was wrong. So the suddenness of losing my oldest son was just a shock, and what I call a universal kick in the gut. And this past year, I have experienced going to hell and back many, many, many times in my grief. So I am in my grieving journey. And this past January 1st, we honored the anniversary of his passing. It doesn't seem like it's been a year. Everything is still very, very fresh. In that, I have really had to hold on to, with dear life, my knowing and my spirituality. If you can imagine, losing a child is horrific. Losing a child to suicide, oh my gosh, just compounds it. And then losing a child to suicide on the day you gave birth to him is, you see what I'm saying?
I cannot imagine what it's like. I cannot imagine, but I know that, what you're going through. You've shared some of it with me personally.
Yes, you and I have talked about that. And What has helped me to get through was surrender, and surrender is not pretty. We look back, and this is a new year, and so we always look back at the previous year. And I like to say that now I feel like I've gone through a spiritual labor and rebirth.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? To those who have given birth, labor is, again, not pretty. It's painful. It's horrific. But what is born from that labor is something beautiful. Mm. And so I had to surrender to my grief. The 7D healing was instrumental in me rising out of the deepest of the deep of my grief. And my knowing that energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred or transformed. Therefore, my son's energy, the essence of who he is still alive and well, and is still here. And it's me adjusting to the continued connection with my son in the spiritual realm versus him, the absence of his physical presence being here. And remember, we are in these human bodies. So, that's what 2021 has been about, navigating that. But I would not be here with you today, talking to you today, if I had not surrendered to my grief. When I tell you from to hell and back, I mean it.
I believe it.
I was under the bed in grief. And then towards the end of the year, because in my household, the holiday season starts October 30th, my birthday, Scorpio here.
Why not?
And then there's birthdays and holidays between October 30th and January 1st. So that time of year is, a joyous time in our family. So this past holiday season, again, I was under the bed in grief again, allowing myself to feel it.
Yeah. I think that's
because I also one of the things that my experience last year, and occasionally now, look, we're only second week into this year, but this year too is battling and struggling and resisting my grief. And but once I surrender, then spirit, then the universe brings to me what it is I need. I connected with Cornelia, Stephanie, and the Cornelia Stephanie Media Group, which led me to meeting you and others, and amazing people and opportunities. I started my podcast during my grief journey. All of these things, these beautiful things happened once I surrendered.
Yeah, I think surrender is a really big, powerful word, isn't it? And I've not found surrender easy in my life, but I've not been through anything like you.
It is not.
But when you come
take it from someone, it from someone who likes to, be in control.
That's what it is, isn't it? Yeah, it's giving it up, and that's not easy, is it? But like you said, there's so much benefit from that, and that's what I want people to really hear and tune into. And I'd like to ask you, obviously you've been through the grief, you're still going through it, you're processing, different things must come up at different times. Can I ask you how you find a way to maybe settle into that grief? I know you said surrender, but maybe find some softness in there. I know you've talked about grieving and gratitude, haven't you? Those two go together. Can you perhaps talk a little bit about that?
Yes. For me, people grieve differently. And some people become quiet. I found myself grieving out loud. I tell, and the sacred path, I call my followers, my viewers, powerful manifestors. We all are powerful manifestors. And I tell my powerful manifestors, I'm taking you on this journey with me. So I decided that when I started the podcast, Triple L, the Live, Love, Lotus show, that I would dedicate a series called Grieving and Gratitude. It actually started as a blog post, a blog series called Grieving and Gratitude, which is part blog, part journal, and really became real about what I'm experiencing, about the devastation that suicide leaves behind. And and I talk about my healing journey. So that has helped.
Yeah.
You talked about softer, being in a soft energy, and how I get there is through meditation and through silence.
Yeah.
I have, I'm talking a lot right now because we are recording this podcast, but I find myself not having a lot of words to say unless necessary. I really need to be quiet in order to quiet the mind,
yes,
and receive the messages from spirit. That could be signs, that can be signals, that could be, downloads, whatever it is. So I find that taking some time to be quiet, and to connect with spirit, to meditate, those things help as well. And then what helps me be calm is to find some type of joy, even if it's, in listening to music that I love, or watching something that makes me laugh. I want to laugh.
I've got to say, although I've known you through all this, Griff, you are so much fun. There's a lot of fun and joy in you as well, and it's just lovely. It's lovely, and I'm sure it's really good for other people to hear. You're almost giving people permission, aren't you, to say, we can be still, we can be quiet with these feelings, and use that. You must have used a lot of courage to sit with those feelings and actually take that in and listen to what's coming for you.
It could be scary. It could be scary because as the mind, for me, and I'll just take the example of, the last 2-3 months, my mind goes over the events of each day, the day he disappeared, what happened the next day and the next day. And then just, it's interesting. I've accepted that he's no longer here, but then it's the realization. That, oh my God, he's not here. Like something will happen, I'll be like, Carrie's not here.
Yeah, you forget, don't you? I think that's, you just.
Yeah, it kind of is like a realization, then the sadness comes all over again.
Hits you again, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so it is a matter of just letting go of the fear.
Yes. Yeah.
There is a fear there of allowing ourselves to feel.
Yeah.
And I think when we let go of that fear, the muck will come up. And then, my spiritual name is TLotus, and the lotus flower has to grow through muddy waters.
Exactly.
It emerges through the muddy waters before, and when it emerges, that is when it unfolds, when you can see its beauty. And so I like to call the muddy waters, the challenges, the obstacles, the grief, the loss, the sadness, the muddy waters of our lives.
Yeah.
And like the lotus flower, we have to go through the muddy waters, but always focused on the light.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. And then the beauty unfolds. And I take on the characteristics of the lotus flower, and I encourage people to do that. I help people to do that as well. So that's beautiful. How I find the calmness within me. Yeah.
And you're so right, aren't you, where you said, there is always, it's not all light, it's not all darkness. There is that mixture constantly, isn't there?
Yes.
And it is just like you said, surrendering to it, just accepting that is the way it is, to whatever degree, however it is, that's what happens in life, isn't it? So all of the things that you've said that I know will really help people, will really touch people. And I know that they probably will want to connect with you and maybe talk to you more. Now, you do lots of programs online, don't you? And you actually, we'll come to where people can find you in a minute, but there's a couple of things I just wanted to pick up on what you've said and things that we mentioned. Actually, people always say to me about my voice is very calming and very soothing, but I've got to say your voice to me is so beautiful, and I feel a kind of maybe a collaboration coming on or something where we can do something together and blend our
I would
voices,
love
because
to. I would love, of
there's
course,
similarities and
whatever it is,
differences.
I'm saying yes.
It's going to have, let's manifest something wonderful. It will be, won't it? So I really feel that as you were talking there, I was just thinking, oh my God, our voices together could be wonderful, couldn't they? So, well, they are already. So that's wonderful.
It's a reflection.
Yeah,
right?
it is, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I love that. And also, I do want to mention to everyone that you're so multi-talented. You have done for me recently a beautiful animated logo. And I so love it. Obviously, I've got my logo. I passed it over to you. You have got to know me a little bit, not totally, spent some time getting to know me, my passion and what I love. And the logo that you created for me is just perfect. It sparkles, it shines, it's calming, it's everything.
It is absolutely you. I had a blast creating the logos, and that's something I do on the side. I'm doing more and more of as people are learning about this hidden talent of mine. But the calmer self and you and your energy, the logo is perfect.
I love
it's
it.
It's absolutely perfect.
You gave me a choice, didn't you? And that was the one that kept speaking.
Yeah, I think I did 3 different versions, and
you did, and I kept coming back to that one. So, but that is, again, so when people get in touch with you, will they be able to find out that side of what you do as well, like your videos and editing that you do?
Well, that's not on my website. However, if anyone is interested in having an animated logo created, they can email me. So my email is thesacredpath1111@gmail.com. Again, thesacredpath1111, all one word, 1111.
Lovely.
Thesacredpath1111@gmail.com.
Perfect. I will put all your contact details below this in the description so people will be able to get that as well. But it's good that you said it for everyone. So, as I say, multi-talented, I can talk to you forever. I love chatting to you. And there's so much that we can delve into. I'll have to have you come back another time and we can talk a bit more.
Would love to. I would love to.
But would you like to tell everyone, obviously you've told them about your website, but we are both in the KS Media Group app, aren't we? Which is a wonderful facility. Would you like to tell everyone about that and what you provide for people in there? Because there's lots, isn't there?
Absolutely. Yes, you can find me on the KS Media Group app under Tamara TLotus Hill. There you will find all of my services, the 7D intuitive healings, the spiritual Lenormand readings, also free membership to my online community. We have the Sacred Path Facebook online group. And in that group right now, we are embarking on a 5-week powerful manifesting challenge. It is free. There are also little extras for people who would like to upgrade. You can also find me on YouTube at The Sacred Path. And you can find me on Instagram, 2 accounts. The first is The Sacred Path 11. And the second is Live Love Lotus 11. The Live Love Lotus is more of a personal, behind the scenes thing. And the Sacred Path is my business's official IG.
Yes.
So I invite people to find me on Facebook, find me on the KS Media Group app.
Yeah. Please
connect with me. I will, and you can message me on Messenger. I'm Tamara Hill on Facebook. So yeah.
Beautiful. Well, I'm sure those people will want to connect with you and find out more about what you do and just perhaps chat to you and hear that beautiful voice as well. So I want to talk to you about your story because you are, you're walking your talk, aren't you, beautifully. So thank you very much for your time today. I have loved every minute of it. Thank you so much. And what's your little thing you taught me? What's that? I love
you. Yes, the letter I, the letter L, the letter Y. I love you. And this is how the deaf and hard of hearing say hello, goodbye, I love you.
I know, thank you.
And thank you. And I like to say peace, love, and light.
Perfect. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you. It has been beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Calmer Self podcast. Please rate and review. And if you want support, advice, accountability and inspiration to make the changes you need to manage your stress and live your life with ease and joy, check out the Calmer Self Facebook page, There's also more information on LinkedIn, Nadine award-winning changemaker, and please visit my website www.karmaself.co.uk.